Okay, we're back on the cliff walk. Here's Vinland, 1882. Salvo Regina, I think, took hold of it in 55, I think. You can see the three different aspects. The initial Vinland, I believe, was built here. Then there was an addition and another addition. That's Vinland. A note on gatehouses. Back in the estates, the horse and carriage days, the gatehouses were often stone and often outlived the main house themselves, made of wood that either burned or was raised or whatever. This is behind Vinland, which we walked by. This is also a college possession now, and people are living in there. There's a half dozen more gatehouses that I'll be showing you as we walk around. All cute, all mostly inhabited. Also, the college has this map posted at several of their sidewalk locations. They also have them inside and gives you some idea of the places that they possess, but it's also an interesting historical look. This is the entrance to the breakers. If there's one mansion you want to see, this is it. It's just gorgeous inside. Part of the Preservation Society. Costs $20-25 a head to get in. If you're going to be here for a while, I'll put a plug in here for $75. You can get a family membership, which allows you unlimited number of visits to any of their sites for a full year. Can't beat that if you're going to be around for a while. We've moved down a bit to Shepherd Ave, and here you can see some of the scenery along the cliff walk here. This is the backside of Anglesey, something you don't see very often. Usually the gate's closed. It faces a cliff walk. We're on the backside right now. It was built way back in the 1860s, refurbished back in the 1950s, and really kept up beautifully. It's privately owned. This is Midcliff, 1886, now condos. Bit of a mystery about its past. We've now left Ochre Court Ave and are now on Ruggles Ave. And we're heading down Ruggles. We're viewing these from the land side. You can walk the cliff side. Starts to turn into some large flat rocks, which aren't too bad on the cliff walk. But if you have any walking or balance difficulties, you might want to take this Ruggles Ave backyard. And here's a so-called stick-built older home, preserved by the college again. These, of course, tended to burn down or rot out, and many of them have been replaced. But this one survived. This is a land side of Fairholme, 1875. Normally closed off, very hard to see from this side, the land side. Currently for sale, 1876 I think, currently for sale for $18 million. Okay, we've come down, we've left Ruggles onto Wetmore and come down to the Wetmore entrance to the cliff walk. Here was those flat stones that I was talking about, walking along the cliff walk. Not too bad, otherwise it's paved nicely farther up. At Anglesey has this little house there right out on the edge. And there's Anglesey itself. That's just gorgeous. I like that. There's Fairholme. Can't see too much of that. That's the one that we got in. The gates happen to be open for the contractors. That's again for sale. It's yours for $18 million. is mid-cliff along the way. That's condominiums. And Honeysuckle Lodge here is pretty expansive. It's not a particular kind of lodge, but it's big. This is Seaview Terrace, built in 1929, just before the Depression. It was originally built like in the 1870s or so down in Washington, D.C., and the owner had it moved brick by brick up here to 1929. I think it's gorgeous. Some people criticize its architecture for, what is it? Is it a castle? Is it a modern stone house or what? I think it's gorgeous. Family owned it, leased it to the college, and I believe just recently the family's taken it back and decided to live here. They've closed off some of the access points to it. I kind of sneaked into this one. So, I don't know, I kind of smell development. I hope not. Or at least condos. It was dormitory living quarters for the students when it was part of the Salva Regina College. And there were students running all around. And we'll see. Gorgeous. And this again is on Wetmore Ave off of Ruggles, just as you approach the Wetmore entrance to the cliff walk. This is Rose Cliff, one of the Preservation Society mansions, beautifully restored. The downstairs and the entrance hall to the upstairs and the dining room downstairs, the ceiling just looks like frosting on a vanilla cake. You just want to cut out a piece and bite into it. It's gorgeous. There's one of their little brother neighbors next door. Here's the ocean side of Rose Cliff. We've left Narragansett. Most of these estates from here on now are long enough to, as you can see, run down to the ocean. Bellevue gets closer to the ocean. As we pan around, here's the cliff walk. Remember walking by there? I'm going to hit the telescoping again and bring them in. This is the Marble House. Again, nicely preserved by the Preservation Society. Also goes down to the waterfront with that tea house behind it. This is Alva's Memorial to Sleeping Around Successfully. If you're not sure what that means, then go visit the Marble House. Okay, we're on the ocean side of the Marble House again. I'm going to pan around. Here you can see the some of the other mansions, and here's the cliff walk. And I'm going to zoom in way across there. You see some of the, there's Honeysuckle Lodge, Mid-Cliff. That spot for sale there, $19 million, and good old Anglesey and its cliff house. We'll be walking down Bellevue itself in a later series here in this movie, but I've chosen to leave the cliff walk and go down Bellevue and gone on to, this is a particularly nice vantage point. And here is the infamous gate to the Sonny and Klaus von Bülow mansion, Clarendon. We'll take a little closer walk up. The gates usually aren't open up here. We'll take a walk up here. See, they're working on it. This has been sold and resold since all that business going on. And the grounds, I believe, still go right out to the water, though you can't see it from the cliff.